And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand, guys. I hope you're all well. We do have some breaking news following our update earlier on today with regard to the Plymouth Attack. Yes, what is a current manhunt ongoing at this moment in time. Now, whilst we don't have any more information with regard to the individual who's perpetrated this crime, the guy that's on the hunt, we have no details on what he looks like, despite him being currently the suspect in a manhunt. We do have an update with regard to the victim in a shocking news. As always, guys, do get involved in the live chat. Please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and let me know your thoughts on this ongoing incident down there in the comment section below. A lot to discuss in this, not just necessarily this saga, but there's a lot of stuff happening today across the United Kingdom. Of course, Axel Rudabakana is going to be getting sentenced as well very soon. So, again, yesterday, of course, the police swarmed a place in Plymouth after reports of a serious assault and later to be found out that, of course, it was a stabbing. Later on to that, the armed police were in response and trying to look for the individual that carried it out. What we knew was, of course, that the victim and the perpetrator did know each other. However, the manhunt still remains ongoing to try and find him. However, the shocking update is, guys, is that the woman who was a part of this serious assault, the victim, has actually now died in this. Of course, and we're getting a bit more information with regard to not necessarily who she is, but the age of the person and, of course, her gender, which wasn't revealed in our latest update. It was a 40-year-old woman, or a lady in her 40s, has now died as a result of her injuries following this assault, and now a murder investigation has been launched by the police. So, shocking update there, guys, with regard to this ongoing situation. Manhunt is still ongoing and still no identity of the perpetrator. And again, whilst they said this is an isolated incident, fair enough, all these kind of things, there's still a lot of questions that a lot of the British public want to have answered. Why, if there's a manhunt ongoing, why are they not releasing the individual's face to make it easier to try and find him? He could be halfway up the country by now. He could be out of the country by now. So why has there not been a face reveal of this individual, who he is, his ethnicity, his background, so we as the public can help out if that's the case? If he's around in our local town, why is that not the case when there's an ongoing manhunt that obviously has whilst it has not had he's not been caught yet. So why is there no one releasing an image of him? But the sad news, guys, in this shocking update is, of course, this assault has now turned into a murder investigation after the individual, a lady in her 40s, has been confirmed as dead following this in hospital, which is really sad news. And next of kin, of course, has been informed, but I just want to reiterate and send my prayers to the family and hope justice can be done for this sick, vile individual that carried this out. Again, absolutely heartbreaking. And again, another incident of a knife crime within this country. The epidemic continues. Knife crime is a serious issue within the United Kingdom, and it seems like something that's not going away anytime soon, which is so frustrating. It's not just a London problem, as people used to say now. I've reported many stories on this channel with regards to stabbing incidents across the whole country. Manchester, and I've been to Plymouth. It's actually a very peaceful town. Did some work there, know the city very well. I said town. City very well. And again, this is out of character as such, but again, knifing, stabbings is a epidemic across the United Kingdom until the powers that be do put restrictions in and not talk about freaking Amazon and Jeff Bezos being the problem. Then that's when we will start to see differences in this. But again, it's not Amazon's fault for any stabbings across the country, because everybody has access to knives in their homes. So enough of this BS that the Labour government are now peddling about Amazon being the problem. BS. bull crap. And whilst we don't know what this was carried out with, it still is a stabbing incident. And of course, you do have these access to them. Everybody has access to knives, and we need to try and stop this epidemic, because there's going to be people watching this that never heard of stabbings ever in their childhood, in when they were growing up, whether that be in the 90s, 80s, and 70s was a rare occurrence. But in the United Kingdom right now, it's so common, which is heartbreaking. And this manhunt for a serious assault has now been turned into a murder investigation following this death of a lady. But still, as stated, guys, no further update with regard to the manhunt. It's still currently ongoing at this moment in time. And just whilst I'm here, before we wrap up and take some questions, I'm going to, take some chats. I'm just going to see if there's any more further updates with regard to the situation. No. In terms of what the attacker looks like, nothing. Absolutely nothing, which I just can't get my head around. I also can't get my head around the huge police presence last night, of course, for this. But again, it has turned absolutely sad, and a shocking development has emerged, and the lady has now been killed. Let's go through some chats, guys. Again, a very busy day. You will get used to me being on this live stream today through to the afternoon, because there is going to, of course, be a little bit more news that's going to be coming out with regards to other stabbing incidents, and justice is going to be done with regard to Axel Rudabakana. Hopefully a little bit later on we'll find out a verdict on how long this guy is going to be going down for, and I hope it is never to see the light of day ever again. Lady says, should be a full stop ban on all knives. Well, again, I mean, how are you going to cook your dinner? Do you know what I mean? We've got to have knives in our day and age. It's more of it's never been a problem prior to the 2000s, if you such. I mean, I was young, but I speak to grandparents and parents. They said stabbings were very rare. It was almost like a shock factor when they happened and appeared on in the newspapers or on TV in the news. It was almost a shock factor. It was like, oh, someone's been stabbed in London. But nowadays, it's just all too common. I mean, you just type in stabbing in London, something will come up. But they don't get the coverage because it's so freaking common nowadays. Whereas a stabbing before, maybe in the 1900s, 1990s, 80s, 70s, you wouldn't have seen, that would have been front page news because it was so rare, which is a massive problem. But you can't ban knives, of course, because, well, how would you be able to eat and prepare your food? What else have we got here? Well, that should always... sorry, 2 secs. Sorry. So someone saying here, Benjamin says, major retailer in Australia banned knife sales after a kid stabbed a worker. Well, there has to be obviously a control on it. I mean, over the age of 18, you are able to access knives. Yes, if you want to make it a little bit hard to get in terms of talking about these zombie knives, then yes, of course, ban their sales on sort of Amazon and ban their access in general to anybody, because no one across the British public needs a zombie knife or any of these blades to go carry out heinous acts. Nobody needs that. No one needs it in the country. But talking about knives in general, there has to be... I heard Nigel Farage talking about knives in general, and, everybody, regardless of your age, has access to a knife in the house. So you can't ban knives outright. That just can't happen. It's just a more of an education and trying to stop this epidemic by putting other things in there. I mean, it's not my pay grade. I'm not in power to stop knife crime. That's not my job. I'm just reporting on it. But again, there is other ways of going about it. And again, you can't go out and ban knives as such, but you can obviously ban the sale of zombie knives and all these kind of things to children. But still, there's always knives out there for people to go and get. Let's have a little look here. Ban metal, says Briggsy. Jenny Welch says, what did I miss? Well, just to round up, thank you for being a member, of course. Big shout out to you, Jenny. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the update, is that the woman, of course, who was seriously assaulted has now been killed. She's dead, and it's now turned into a murder investigation. Still no more update on the perpetrator at this moment in time, but I won't let this story go, guys, and we'll keep you updated as the day goes on. Thank you so much for tuning into British Stand, guys. As always, please do hit the like, hit the subscribe button, get involved in the comments section.